off limits.
They all look like the middle wife from Big Love. I feel like.
You know, I mean, not curbing population, and not making sure that we try to limit population at this point is really wholly, HOLY, wholly irresponsible on the part of the Catholic Church. So, this whole argument that about this is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. He's not assaulting religion. He's simply standing up for a woman's right to be able to prevent birth, because she doesn't want to get pregnant right now. She wants to choose the time she has the baby. She wants to do it with the right guy. And I've never been able to figure out what the Catholic Church, why they're so invested in this whole contraception deal. It just doesn't make sense. Plus, it makes them antiquated as a church, and eventually they're going to have so many lapsed Catholics they won't have any Catholics left.
What doesn't make sense to me is what happens to this baby after it's born, and then let's say the mother has some kind of a weird resentment, or let's say that you put it up for adoption, it gets lost in the system. It's just like now there's an existing life that wasn't intended, and they'll argue, well, God intended it because that's why it happened. No, it's because God intended me to be raped.
That's why I say there is no God, okay? Because it's this dogma of believing in a God that causes this really unholy kind of attitude on the part of religions, and in this particular case, the Catholics. I just, forget about me being an atheist. Just think for a moment about the logical quality of all of this. They're not being a responsible organization or religion by allowing the perpetuation of overpopulation. Okay? So, but the fact that the bishops are getting together to run TV ads means they're getting political. They don't want this president reelected. And they're going to use the fear tactic that if he's reelected, what was it Newt said?
War on Catholicism.
The day one after he's elected, he's going to wage war on Catholicism. That's about what Newt said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can see that now. Let's see. In the morning, I got the oath office. Night I got all those parties. I got I got 3 to 4 open to just start my war on Catholicism.
I like it.
Huh?
I like it.
Can we work that in to the schedule?
I think so.
Yeah. And by the way, between 5 and 6, I think we could probably have a meeting on how to turn this country into a socialistic country. We can have that meeting. This is all going to happen on day one,
We can push Guantanamo to the side a little more.
Is that before or after the orientation? What do you mean day one? You don't do anything on day one.
First you have to go to HR. Oh man, we live in such a crazy world. The fact that they're even arguing about this, I mean, the president wants to make sure that women have that birth control is covered in their policies. And I think it's an important thing, because we don't want this woman over here pregnant.
No, we don't.
Because what we'd have to go through here? I mean, because then she'd have to think about abortion, and the only thing that she has more fear of than having a kid is having an abortion.
That's right. Very true.
Yeah.
And where are all the women politicians on this issue?
Yeah, where are the women?
Why is this
Why isn't Nancy Pelosi jumping in on this thing? Where's Dianne Feinstein, Barbara Boxer?
Who pushed Whitney into the tub? She should be worrying about why we can't have birth control in the Catholic hospitals or whatever this.
They can't get involved in that because then they have to appeal to 2 different sides with 2 different opinions. Pelosi's a Catholic, right? I'm sure.
I think she is, yeah.
And then so she would have to say, well, yeah, abortion no good, but as a woman, she'd probably say, as a liberal woman, abortion good. So she's not going to open her mouth.
Yeah.
It's not good for politics.
Well, if you can practice good birth control, you have to open your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the latest on. I mean, I hate to dwell on this every day, but it just gets me so pissed off. Because, really, most of all, it's an assault against women. If this were something about men, the Catholic Church is all for guy stuff. But when it comes to women's stuff, forget it. You know, they may as well, the Catholic Church may as well start requiring Catholic women to wear burqas, for crying out loud.
Habits.
They do with the nuns. Those are basically burqas without the face mask. You know, I mean, I just, it's a terrible blight against women. And why don't people start attacking the Catholic Church for that? Because nobody wants to attack the Catholic Church because it's an election year. And we don't want to have all those bishops on their pulpits yelling and screaming and being political. You know, I say the minute those bishops, ready for this, start running those ads against Obama, we take away their tax exemption. We'll be right back.